If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to Season 3 of the Low Scale Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Ghostland's Finest, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Inferior Mage. Conan, how are you doing today?
Yeah, it's hearing season 3 is weird to hear. Like, it's crazy we've done this long.
I never thought when we started out doing this that we'd be doing this for like this long. Or like actually like, not like not give up on it, but just like get tired of doing it. I mean, there's been times when I've been coming on here and I'm just like,
I hate you
man,
guys.
we got to do this today. And I'm gonna be honest with you, today is definitely one of those days.
What's going on?
I've just had a bad couple days, and I just want to chill out and just sit back and play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And that's like all I want to do. My brother's just been like annoying me. My yesterday sucked for my fails of the week. My AC's out in my car, so it's just awful. I figured out what it actually was, and it's like I guess I got like a a a a pipe loose or something for it. I don't know, but it's been a rough couple of days.
Yeah.
But it is weird hearing the whole season 3 thing. I never did think that we would get this far with it.
Yeah. So just kind of heads up, if you're listening back to this, I just had to mess with some settings and it made some weird sounds. So I know you guys didn't hear it, but
I didn't hear anything.
yeah, I'm sure it'll get pulled up on the recording. But just so I don't get flamed for it next week.
You probably will because I listened to it.
Either way, exactly.
We took our break last week. It was nice. I just kind of Conan messaged me. What was it? It was like Saturday. He's like, "Oh, we recording tomorrow?" And I was like, "No, we taking our break." And he was like, "Oh,
Okay."
And then I didn't hear from him for another week.
And then I messaged you guys, and I was like, I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. I miss you guys. And then you told me to earth off, and you didn't.
Bye,
You hated
Mage.
me.
I was joking. I don't know what's going on with Mage. I think Mage is running on potato internet again.
I think it might be my end. Just everyone's being really roboty on my end.
Yeah, I think it's your end because like my stuff is like fine. Conan, do I sound fine to you?
Yeah, both you guys sound okay over here.
Yeah, Mage, you sound fine to me too. So
I mean, you sound fine now. I don't know what the deal was. Like everyone,
you're
was
sounding
super robotic.
It's that you're sounding robotic is the issue. So it is you. Even though it's season 3, we still have the same technical issues from day one. So not much has changed, other than just us taking a week break from doing this. Not anything has changed.
Nah, the same old song and dance.
Yeah. Well, Conan, how you been?
We took a break at such a weird time because like these past 2
I know.
weeks,
we took a break and the world started exploding.
You're not lying. Like these past 2 weeks have been the longest 2 weeks in
like
the
I'm not
history.
making a joke about it. Like it's just like crazy how like the world has just imploded in these past couple of weeks. Like
so it's been a really hard to like gauge time just because it's constantly something new.
And speaking of that, I don't mean it as a joke or anything. I understand what's going on is very important, and I'm not. We're not saying that as a joke because it's just we're speaking facts that we've been gone for 2 weeks, and just poop has hit the oscillator or whatever stupid thing Conan says.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mage, is your internet still being Potato 64?
Yeah, right now it is. Not much.
Well, Mage, how's your week been? How was your week off?
So it's well. last week was pretty hectic. This week, this week started off really bad. But like around Tuesday, it's been really good. So like Monday was awful, and then the rest of the week was really good. So it's kind of like, I guess.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't all awful. So I mean, you got that
Yeah.
going for you.
Oh
That's true.
man, I haven't
Last
had
week
a.
wasn't awful either. It was just really busy, I'd
Yeah.
say.
I can't say that my week's been bad. It was just yesterday. It was like really, really bad. It just my AC bust like as we talked about before. Like when it was like I forgot which episode, but we were telling you how my AC busted and I need to just go get some Freon. I did that and it worked for about a day again, and then I was like, okay, it's gone now, whatever. Uh, and then I did it again, and then this time my car started like hissing, and I was like, yes.
Oof.
So I was just like, I got something loose,
Yeah.
and I don't know what. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. Is that,
Yeah,
and
that's rough.
I'm waiting till Wednesday until I get paid to go get it fixed.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
fair.
But it's awful. It's starting to get that Oklahoma heat time, and
Dude,
it's not good.
this past week has been like miserable hot.
Hmm.
Like,
And it's just gonna keep being miserable hot. Like
yeah, that's the
there's
worst
no
part.
there's no like end in sight. Like once you start hitting those 100 digits, it just doesn't stop, and it doesn't rain. It's just heat
Yeah. It's gonna be a
for
fun
like
summer.
whenever it doesn't snow in the winter, it's always going to be a really hot summer. I feel like that's like the connection I figured I made,
I don't guess
because
I've
like
ever paid that close attention to it.
it's something my grandpa used to say. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but it was just something he said. But yeah, it's gonna be awful this summer, and it's only gonna get worse. The saving grace is at least I don't have to deal with the AC that fought in the Revolutionary War like I did last summer.
I forgot about all those jokes.
Those we ran that bit for like 3 weeks. That
Yeah,
was
we
a good
did.
bit.
Well, it seems like every week it was like, oh, well, somebody else had to come out and they.
It
It was
was, and then they finally were just like, "Oh yeah, well, let's just replace this," which we should have done the first time.
before you
Yeah,
moved in.
yeah, because whenever my AC was on speaking terms with Stonewall Jackson, you know, that's whenever it should have been just like, maybe we should replace this.
Uh,
Maybe it's time to retire the soldier. But
He done his duty.
he's done his duty.
what day is June
Yeah,
10th? Is that Wednesday?
yeah, it's Wednesday.
Okay, I just got a text message that I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday at 8:30.
For what? For hair care?
Just follow up appointment with the doctor.
For hair care?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's for hair care.
definitely missed you guys.
So is there any chance of us actually going on low scale vacation now? Since like the world's like imploding on itself?
There's no freaking telling, man. Like,
Like that's probably not what I should be worrying about, but
It's like
it's probably the least thing I should be worrying about. But
need a little bit of a break with the world literally ending this year.
I'm just like, man, I just want to go do something, and every time we're just like, yeah, we'll go do this, we'll do that. It just like it's like now it's just not gonna be a thing. It seems.
something else happened. 2020 has just been like nonstop. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Why do you have to send me 45 email or messages? Just send me one.
About you going to the doctor?
Yeah, it's an automated message, but it's what should have been half of a text message has gotten broke up into 6 messages.
That's because you have an Android. Android can only send like a limit number of messages per thing, I think.
Yeah, which is like it's like 160, which this normal message is like half of it.
Oh,
Which should,
okay. Well, I
yeah,
don't
if
know
it's over
then.
the limit, I can understand that more. But it's like whenever you got excited yesterday and you were sending your messages and it was like 3 words, all caps at a time,
Dude,
and
I was
I was like,
heated.
yeah, all right, Ghost is mad, I get it, but for something like that that has nothing to do with anything, like put it all in
I
one. I don't need
I
it.
could not tell you how heated I was yesterday.
I hope you can tell me a little bit here
Oh,
in
I will.
fails.
Like, oh, it's coming up. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week. It's funny when I do it. It's not funny when you do it.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, just as you know.
All right, Cartman.
Anyways, all right, Conan, what's your fail of the week?
I have quite a few. Like just
Mage, what's your fail of the week? We'll go. We'll do yours next, Conan.
okay.
Well, so I can't talk about it too much, but basically this Monday we had a kid go through a really traumatic experience,
Uh huh.
and so I had to deal with that all day, and I didn't get home till like midnight that day. So it was a long 16-hour day dealing with a very, very delicate situation. So that's basically
Well,
my fail of the week.
I'm
So
sorry you had to deal with something like that. I'm glad you were able to handle it with professionalism, I suppose.
Hopefully professionalism.
did my best. Well, yes, because I'm going to go over there and yell at the kid for being stupid.
That's the stuff my dad would do. Anyways, all right, Conan, what's your fail this week?
Let me make this note real fast.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so I like I said, I have several. I'll kind of start from the beginning. So last week we recorded early because, or the
Because
last
you were
time we
going to
recorded,
that
yeah, because I went to Texas for my cousin's. God, that seems like
shotgun wedding,
so long ago. That was only 2 weeks
right?
ago. So we had to take Baxter to the vet. So whenever we take him places, he's not fixed, so he still marks and like pees on everything. So we
Mm-hmm.
have these like little cummerbund diapers that just kind of wrap around his wang dang, so he doesn't actually like pee on stuff.
Yeah.
So it, you know, when he's like
hmm
just out,
He
it's
got to wear his loincloth.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So he wears it just whenever he's at somebody else's house. So like
mm
anyway,
So he doesn't pee everywhere.
exactly. So he has his little diaper on. So we drop him off. Everything's fine. Like we go, we do the wedding. We come back the next day, picking him up. And after we're picking him up, she brings him out, and he's wearing his diaper. Like okay, I must have put a new one on him or something. We left the bag of stuff for him.
Oh, ew.
So he has been sitting in this diaper for over like a solid 28, almost 30 hours, just peeing in this diaper that's meant to
Jesus.
be like a Kleenex worth of stuff. It's like
And
a
this is
one
at
or
the vet.
one.
Like
Yeah,
they should know better.
it's an animal hospital, not even just a vet. Like it's like the ER. Like, and I was like,
What the?
so we didn't
What?
really
I didn't
think
say
of,
it.
yeah, so didn't really think about it. We got him out to the car and we're picking him up and just letting him go to the bathroom before we drive the rest of the way home. And it's like, okay, let's take it off. And that thing is heavy,
Oh my.
heavy with pee. So like, me and my wife are both just heated. So we take it off and I walk inside and I was like, did you guys not take this off all weekend? And she's like, we didn't know we were supposed to. It's a damn diaper! I'll mark
Oh
it.
my god.
Like,
No. It's fine. It's fine. Keep it in there. That's damn's not a cuss word.
well, I'll mark it just because I'm not sure. I kind of leaned into the mic real fast.
You did, but it's
But, like,
fine.
I think
why
that's a
would.
well-deserved one. Like,
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
would you
that's
not
that's
take
that's
it off?
that one I can understand. That one I can understand. That's crazy.
And it was like.
yeah, like
It was
okay,
this.
don't use those bets again.
Yeah.
They're dumb.
And it was this little 17-year-old, like, high school girl who had no idea what she was doing that was just
Mm,
working that weekend. because I guess all the doctors and stuff aren't there on the weekend, so they just kind of have the interns come in and do pickups and drop offs for boarding.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I feel bad for Baxter
yeah.
now.
So then it took him a little bit to kind of like get used to
He's like,
not
you mean
having.
I'm not supposed to pee on myself like this? And
Yeah.
he's
So-
like, you sure this is what you want me to do? Is not pee on myself, right?
Because the whole reason we had to go back early, like we got a call that whoever was going to be there on Sunday for pickup had to call in. So if we didn't get him, we were going to have to get him on Tuesday because that Monday was Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So we were like, we can't leave him there for like 3 extra days. So we booked it home, which I'm glad we did, because if he would have set the whole Memorial Day weekend in one dirty diaper, like, I would have, like, lawsuit. Oh, man.
Yeah. Is he okay though?
Oh, yeah. No, he's
Did he get a rash or anything?
No, we kind of watched him. I gave him a bath whenever we got home and just really
Yeah.
scrubbed him down.
Gave him a handy.
I mean, you got to do for your kids. You got to do for your kids, man.
Oh my god.
It wasn't no happy endings.
Oh my god. Red Rocket.
But Baxter got taken care of. That's what matters.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all are taking some places.
But I was like, Baxter probably like licked himself for like 24 hours
Oh,
after that.
Yeah, he really did. Like, as soon as we took the diaper off, he like would not stop just trying to clean himself.
He go to town on himself.
Oh god. And then he's like, hey, I missed y'all. Licks your face. Oh god.
So that's
How
kind of.
y'all been?
Yeah. You guys left me here. Have
Have fun with this.
Yeah.
Ah. Man, I feel bad for him. Like,
Yeah, he's doing okay now. He needs another bath today sometime just because he's kind of been itching again. But
yeah.
okay, so kind of looking at my other fails, we got a update from our director Brown. My office is one of the office that is getting closed in the DHS office closure stuff.
Why are y'all getting? What
So-
are y'all getting closed for?
Because the state doesn't like to spend money, and social work is on their lower list of priorities to spend money on.
Oh, that's nice.
Essentially, they saw the money report after COVID and everybody was working at home, and they're like, oh, we can shut half of these buildings down and just people can work from home.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, my office is in a not so well off part of town that has like a SNAP benefits team on staff as well as child support, like all of the different stuff I have at my office.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite understand it, but that's above my pay grade, so I just, do what I'm told kind of deal. So they told us that we have until like the middle of September is the day that we for sure have to be out of the office, that they're trying to get us out before then, but we're just kind of figuring that part out as they go. They're trying to merge multiple offices into one office and have the desks that are there be like reservable, kind of like a business center at a hotel. You just kind of first come, first serve. It's just a bunch of computers in a computer lab kind of deal. Exactly. So then they're trying to get
I don't want my social workers to be it's a hotel gig now.
So
What?
they're trying to get every worker their own laptop, which I'll believe that when I see it.
Or if not, if you do get one, then it'll be like the
one Mage
the really-
has.
the really awful
Yeah.
like one that doesn't work and just
Mine is literally blue screen on me several times these last couple of weeks, so I've just stopped using it and I'm going to the office using a random desktop computer that no one touches in one of our interview rooms. That's what I've been using. It's actually worked out way better too, which is scary because that's how bad my laptop was from DHS.
Yeah. And
That's
see, like,
bad.
they have all of these grand plans to be able to move everything to digital, like all the forms we have to fill out in the field to be able to fill it out on the computer and just sign it electronically right there, and then just send the family a copy over email, and then just wham bam, thank you ma'am, everything's on the computer. Okay.
Anything to save money.
And
Just
in
F children's lives and F
But what do y'all do with like the
lives
kids that like
are
don't have
poor.
internet access and stuff?
so I mean, you're always going to run into that, like, and people who don't have emails or people who don't. So then it's just like,
Go to the coffee shop.
yeah, all of our
F them.
work phones have the hotspots on them through AT&T or whatever it is. So they're like, okay, you'll have internet access no matter where I as a worker am because of that mobile hotspot if I have my work phone. But
The mobile hotspot's complete garbage. By the
Yeah,
way,
it's
too.
not even
'Cause I've
like
used it.
it's not
I've
even like
used
that
it, and
reliant. Like,
no, like because we have to connect to a DHS VPN in order to use our DHS in order to get onto the DHS server if we're teleworking, and the hotspot because it has a spotty connection anyway. Like sometimes it's unable to connect to that VPN, so like, the hotspot's garbage. Like it's just bad.
that just doesn't seem fun at all. Like,
it's definitely going to be growing pains. And like I can see how they want to have everything online, and they'll save on paper. Like workers can do anything they need to do wherever they are, whether that's in a physical office or if they're at home on their couch. Like the options, I understand that, but your physical electronics and technology is just not there and not implemented to be able
yeah,
to
exactly.
to
Like,
move
what are you
to
going?
that timely enough. Like
It just
It
it
just
seems
kind of
like it's not gonna work for like the kids, like the kids that are gonna be in like serious situations. That like it just seems like they're just getting shafted to me.
well, like the what we do with families won't change.
Mm-hmm.
We will just be able to, instead of just taking paper notes, we'll just be able to kind of type them in the field.
Well,
everything that's changing is just with us, not with the kids. I think.
okay, it just seems like the child's care is not gonna be like as
Well, it's going to be annoying because sometimes we use the office for visits for parents. We use offices for stuff like if a parent's hard to find, but you're able to contact them and they're not willing to give you an address, they can meet you at the office in order to do an interview. But so like there's some logistical stuff, but you could easily do that in places that are secluded in order to keep confidentiality and stuff like that from.
yeah.
So I mean, like yeah, like Conan said, there's definitely going to be growing pains. I think teleworking is smart and it will save money, but honestly, this whole thing just kind of emphasizes the fact that Oklahoma, but really America, especially in the rural areas, need a better internet foundation, and everyone needs to have access to decent internet.
Yeah, the internet is not very good anywhere other than like major cities. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, like in to this day and age, it's 2020, and like basically everything is run on the internet nowadays. And so there's really no excuse to not have that foundation.
Like, I don't understand how broadband, at least not even it's not so much broadband, but just like how internet's not steadily available to everybody. It's basically a needed resource, or what am I think?
Necessity.
Necessity. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
basically
it's
a
like an
necessity.
essential utility, kind of like
Yeah, it's
electricity or
lights
water.
and yeah, exactly. Like, and I like it's kind of silly saying that, but like
That's kind of the world that we've created.
yeah, like it's a very technological based world that needs this sort of stuff to communicate to one. I almost said commute to each other. I was like, wait, it's not right.
But
But
like a lot of jobs can start doing teleworking now, honestly, because you can do a lot on the internet, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of advantages to having telework readily available, but like just the fact that there is not a decent steady flow internet route to everybody is just terrible.
Like I like the availability and the option of teleworking, but I'm one of those people like I want to be in an office. I want to be right outside my supervisor's door, and I want to have people around me who are doing the same things as me. Like if I have a question about something, I can't really ask my wife here like at home. I have to call my supervisor, and then I don't see anybody face to face for days at a time, like unless I'm out like meeting families, but not like
Mm-hmm.
coworkers and stuff. And like, I don't know.
No, I'm with you on it. I hopefully like it. Hopefully, there's still a happy medium with it, to where it's not just like, oh hey, I'm just gonna keep doing this and not.
Yeah,
It is kind of nice to wake up like 5 minutes before 8 o'clock when we're supposed to start our shift, and just get on the computer and be like, I'm at work.
I'm
I made
here.
it.
We
I've been
did
taking a
it.
shower.
Time to
I
get this
barely put
bread.
pants on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barely put pants, but I'm at work.
still pretty much naked, but I'm at work.
I'll be honest. So whenever I had to do my Zoom meetings before school was out, I would still have like my pajama bottoms or like my shorts on,
Oh
and
yeah,
then I would just put on a like a polo to make it look like I was doing something. Or I guess not necessarily doing something, but just make it seem like I was being like professional. But
We legit we've had court on this. It's a Zoom. It's like a Zoom like app, but pretty much it's FaceTime stuff.
mhm.
And I legit I put on a dress shirt, and I still had like gym shorts on. did that court meeting.
That's probably what I'm gonna do on Thursday when I have court.
Dude, it's great. Like not putting on real pants. Fantastic. I do love that aspect of telework.
Striving for the highest, right there.
right.
The mage motto.
Um,
I no joke. I spend more time without a shirt on than I do with a shirt on at the house. So I don't like right now. I'm shirtless. Like
Wait, do you have an undershirt on, or are you just completely shirtless?
completely shirtless, man.
All right, that's gross. I have to
How's
say,
that gross? I just don't have
that's
a shirt on.
that's
I'm clean.
gross.
I took a shower earlier.
I'll just
Like,
say
I'm
it. It's
fine.
gross.
I have pants on.
The people I don't know. It's one of these things that my dad always was like very like adamant about was that like you if you're gonna go like if you're sitting around the house, you're gonna sit at the table and eat. You have to have a shirt on or something like even if it's just like a wife beater a net or a shirt or the whatever tee the tank top tee thing. Even if it's that, it's still like better than nothing.
Well,
Because he
we were raised very differently because my dad literally spent probably 16 hours a day shirtless. So
Because my dad said it was my dad said it was like what it was like really white trash to do that.
well, I mean, he really Native
I know.
American man. I mean, so
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That was just so that's one of the things that's been instilled into me from my dad, and that's why I make sure I always wear like even if it's just like a tank top shirt, I always wear one unless I go to sleep. But that's just how I am. Anyways,
we've talked a lot about it. I'm gonna
yeah.
skip
Can
my,
I go? Can I
Yeah.
go to my fail of the week now?
Yeah, we'll skip
we
my
probably
other
just
ones.
did a topic one talking about internet and everything.
Yeah, that's could be topic one as well. But man, so yesterday, so one I've been talking about enough that my AC's out. Anyways, so it's starting to be those hot days in Oklahoma. Hang on, I gotta turn off. I'm trying to save power. Um, it's those hot days in Oklahoma where the temperature is 100 degrees every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I can't even send my brother to go play outside because it's so hot in the afternoon. So my grandma's birthday is yesterday. This is why we're recording on Sunday and getting this uploaded late today. And because she told me that that they were having her birthday party at the Olive Garden in Oklahoma City on MacArthur and I-40, the one across from the Walmart on Reno. Okay, if longtime listeners of the show know how much I just absolutely hate Italian food, and but you also know how much I love my grandma. So I'm just like, okay, we'll just bite the bullet on this. I was like, I don't know if we can go. Can we just do breakfast instead? And she was just like, no, you could just drive with the windows down. I was like, okay, fine. I'm not gonna argue it. It's your birthday. You get what you want. Anyway, so I was like, when is it? And she's like, oh, it's today. Can you be there? I was like, yes. At what time? 2:00. Okay, cool. I'll be there. So it's 11:30. She's telling me this. And I was like, okay, we need to hurry up and get ready. Me and my brother, we're rushing to get ready because it's an hour and a half drive for me to get from there to here. And it's, keep in mind, it's hot. I don't have no AC. I have the windows rolled down. I am miserable. I'm like sweating and just disgusting going up there, even with the windows rolling down, going 80 miles an hour. Anyways, so I get there at the Olive Garden. I get there about 1:55, and I'm just like, okay, everybody's gonna be late because they're always late. Whatever.
It's your family.
Yes, I tell them. I told the dude. I was just like, hey, they'll be late. Just I need a table for like 8 to 10 people. So we get the big family table in like a separate room. I'm just like, okay. Now we just wait. So it's 15 minutes rolls around. I'm texting people. I'm like, hey, where are you at? No response. I'm just blood pressure's building up. 220. I call my grandma's brother, and I'm just like, hey, where y'all at? And he's like, oh, I thought that was tomorrow. I'm just like, what are you talking about? I thought you told me it was today. I was like, oh, I can't make it then. No one called me back. Y'all have a good one. So I was like, okay, whatever. He's not going to be here. So then I call my grandma again, and I was like, hey, where you at? You almost here? And she's just like, no, what are you talking about? I'm just like, I'm here at the Olive Garden for your birthday party. She's like, no, that's tomorrow. I told you that. And I was like, no, you didn't.
You told me it was today.
You told me it was today, and I'm being nice and not about to lose my absolute crap on us. So of course it's tomorrow. It's today, and not yesterday. So I moved this back for no reason. It was bad, and I'm sitting there. I'm just like, the waiter's name was Michael. Cool dude. I tipped him $5. Okay, for having to sit there and wait for me and my brother at just this big table. But so you get the soup and salad stuff, like the best part of it, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
soup and salad's always solid,
and breadsticks.
And the breadsticks, right? So I give myself some. My brother's, I call the breadsticks, and I was like, no, you're gonna eat some of the salad too. Instantly, I mean, like you would have thought that like our dad died again. His mood just instantly changed, and he was just pissed. He was pissed off. I kept myself from making another edit.
Proud of you.
Proud of me. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Ironic.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And I was like, brother, right now is not the time to make me mad. You can see that I'm already mad enough. Do not make me more mad.
I'm not playing these reindeer games.
I'm not playing these games right now with you. Eat the salad right now, or else. and he took that or else and just strode with it. And I mean, he was just like, he was sitting there and he started crying. and acting up, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't yell at him in the middle of this Olive Garden because if someone's gonna be called CP, someone's gonna call Conan Jones on me. So I'm just like, all right, do I need to take you to the whole thing that my dad used to do is like, do I need to take you to the bathroom? And I was just like, oh, he's probably gonna have flashbacks of that. So I was like, whatever, I did it anyways. But he was just like, he's like, you're not gonna do anything. And I was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to get you into the car. And I didn't like spank him or anything, but I pretty stern with when I was just like, all right, let's get grounded today and tomorrow and probably Monday because you made me mad. Okay.
Until I am no longer mad, you are grounded.
So I am no longer mad at you were grounded.
It's like,
Okay.
you made a scene in a public restaurant. I'm not happy with you right now.
I am not happy with him. Like, and then this morning he was just like, I told him to go play. I'm letting him go play outside. One, to just get him off my case, and two, to just so he go get some exercise and stuff. And he's just like, I don't want to play outside. I'm grounded. I'm just like, go. I locked him out in the back door. I made sure he had a cup of water, and I made sure Vader had a water, and I just closed the back door and locked it. And I was like, go play.
I just need a break from you for a little.
Like, go away. It's not like what my dad used to do to me and just lock the front door on me. Like,
I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here.
yeah, that was my dad's mentality. At least with my brother, I was just like, stay in the backyard and play.
I don't want to
do
play.
something. Like, and then because in the morning, it's still like what 80 something. It's not bad at all. Temperature's not
hot, but bearable.
Yeah, like it's not like that's not bad to where like he can't like sit there and deal with it. And so the water hose is right there, so they can have more water if they need it. But man, that kid pushed me to my limit yesterday. I came home and I was just like, shut up, I'm taking a nap. And I took a nap for I got home about 4:00. I woke up at about 8:30 or about 8:00, and that was only because I set an alarm to wake up so I don't miss my raid.
Priorities.
Like I probably would have been asleep. I didn't even eat dinner last night. That's how tired I was.
So I ate breakfast on Friday, and I didn't eat again until Saturday morning. Like,
are you all right?
I am now. That was part of one of my other fails, but it's all right. I don't mean to hijack your story. I'm sorry.
Why did you not eat?
I was like, I had breakfast in the morning, and everything was fine, and I had another just a one stop planned out. Went and did that stop, and then I got a
I remember this now.
A P1 come in. Long story. Had to go out and initiate it, but after doing history and going out, it was probably 2:00 whenever I got it, give or take 1:32. And then it was 9:30, 10:00 before I got home, and then I was having to wait on foster care to get back in touch with me until almost 2. So it was about 2:30 before I got to bed Friday.
I remember because I had looked on Snapchat right before I went to sleep, and I was just strolling through things, and I don't know if you put it on your story or if you just sent it to me. And I was just like, oh, Conan Jones is still awake. What are you up to? And he was just like, oh, talking to these or waiting for these parents or whatever to call me back. Yeah. I'm just like, Jesus, dude, go to sleep.
If only.
Like I thought I had a bad day, but man,
that's kind of what my Monday was, man. Monday was bad. Legit, I drove all over Oklahoma Monday. Friggin' didn't get back to midnight.
And you didn't come see me?
There was no chance to. It was literally work the entire time.
What the heck, Mage?
Also, for those of you that had in your bingo book that the first place I would go eat at after quarantine, Olive Garden, you win a big prize. Because as much as how much I despise Olive Garden.
No one would have suspected that.
Like,
Nobody's got that on their bingo card.
like uh, it was so much not a possibility that it wasn't even on my bingo card.
Yeah. Oh man.
I spent $40 there for 2 plates. Like that place is
Oh,
overpriced
Oh
and
man.
not good.
Just
rough.
wait for my wins.
What, did you go to Olive Garden or something for y'all's anniversary?
Oh no. We'll save it.
Okay. They went to Olive Garden for the spoilers. They went to Olive Garden or somewhere like that for their anniversary.
It was
Cattleman's.
Cattle. I'd be fine with Cattleman.
I
Perfectly
love
fine.
Cattleman's. I think
Perfectly
Cattleman's
fine
so good.
spending that much money at Cattleman's. Like no regrets at all spending that much money at Cattleman's.
I would agree. I love me some Cattleman's.
Like
I've never had
good
Cattleman's.
Good
oh my
steak.
god. And you live in the city
I've
too.
actually I drove past it yesterday for the first time, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is the stockyards." I've actually like never been through this sign, like under this sign, like
Yeah, it's about like a block and
yeah.
that's about it.
And
So
it's
like I saw so guys, diners, drive-ins and dives,
Hmm.
they had Cattleman's on there and they were showing off Cattleman's breakfast. And I was good.
Yeah, they got like a really nice like buffet breakfast too on the
Yeah,
weekends.
I want to try their breakfast because I've had their steak before. Their steak is awesome, and obviously they showcase that on the diners and stuff. But like that breakfast looked good. I love me breakfast.
Yeah. I I hopefully like maybe we could go do that next weekend. Is go do that. Like we could we could go eat breakfast there or whatever. Cause I mean, as long as we've been okay, I'm comfortable going out now because as long as I'm being like safe and stuff. Okay.
I mean, I
That's
have a mask and everything,
that's
so
my thing is
think
I
as
have
long
a
as I wear a
mask. As long as we
mask.
don't have like any sort of like whatever physical or not physical anything as long as we don't have anything like that I'm like perfectly fine. Like it's more for my brother than me, but
yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of the people
uh
up in the city have really chilled out with stuff. Like
yeah, a lot of people, I mean people in the city don't give a crap anyways.
that's very
Let's
fair.
be honest.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Ugh. Okay. How much of
All
topic
right.
one do we want to get to?
I kind of feel like we already touched it.
Yeah, we touched it, we addressed it. I don't know, I mean,
I wasn't sure how fast we were going to turn into dogging on Conan Jones.
what were we dogging on you about? I don't even remember now.
No, it hadn't. It was just after all the Black Lives Matter stuff hit the fan. I was like, I'm not looking forward to recording the podcast because Ghost and Mage are just going to be like, oh, white people are horrible. Let's bag on
What?
Conan Jones.
No, police brutality is horrible.
Cody, you're not a police officer.
See, and then I just kind of start having arguments with myself in my head and getting mad at you guys for something I've made up in my head.
Oh, so you mean Conan Jones is a woman? Yes, I know.
Conan had fantasy arguments with me and Ghost, and now he's upset about
Conan's had
fantasy
arguments with us without
Okay.
us being there.
Real
That's
talk.
how mad I make Conan Jones.
Real talk, though, like, am I that far off from thinking that you would give me crap for something I had nothing to do with?
Not like
No.
this.
So
This is
then,
different.
as soon as you try to start arguments, I'm like,
thought you were talking about us calling you a racist or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna. I thought that's where you were going. I was like, no, I'm not.
so
This
that's
isn't.
I mean, that's
This isn't something to joke around about.
Oh, yeah,
that's
no,
why I
it's-
wouldn't. So that's why I wouldn't be making a joke about it or anything like that. Like
so.
this is
This
serious
time-
I
stuff.
just
Like,
this time. So I had it in my brain. I was like, as soon as Ghost brings something up, I want to have something like relatively thought out. Like
what did you have thought out to say?
it was all in my brain. I don't even remember anymore. Like I got myself worked up, and then I was like, this is stupid. Why am I getting mad at this? Like nothing's happened. Like
That's the Conan Jones way, is to get mad at me for no reason at all.
This has happened before.
Like, this is not the first time where Conan Jones has gotten mad at me for something I haven't done yet. And then tried to play it off to be like, but you would do this. And I was just like, not in this situation, I wouldn't.
I was like, I might have if you hadn't said anything. But now you did. So.
Now, I'm not going to be mad at your whims, okay? I'm going to be mad at my whims, kind of thing.
We've gotten to where we can kind of help predict your whims.
Right? My whims was about to start today, let me tell you.
We could tell. We started this.
Okay, so we started this podcast today, and I got in, and May just tell us some stupid story about his lawnmower that no one cares about. Okay? And I was just like, oh, hey, what's up? And they're just telling their story. And I'm like, okay. I'll wait for him to pause. And, May, when he tells a story, he just won't shut up. Okay? So I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to butt in here and be like, hey, when are we starting this? Nothing. May just continuing his story. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get heated now.
Time to get mad.
So I was like, all right, y'all tell me when we're starting this. I'll be back because I didn't want to hear Major's story. And so still nothing. And then I hopped back in again. I was like, hey, what's going on? And I guess Discord had another stupid update because Conan Jones couldn't hear me at all. And then for a minute there, we couldn't hear Conan Jones. Like, I hate when Discord does these random updates and then it just like ruins everything or like resets my settings. It's like, remember back in like I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, before the old League client, whenever they had the old League client and like every time they did a new update, it would just reset everything. Like reset your room pages, reset your and that's what it feels like with Discord. Is that when they do that crap? It just resets everything.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
literally
awful.
on our side of that, it was Ghost enters, 5 seconds later he leaves. 5 seconds later he enters again, then leaves again, leaves a very passive-aggressive message on Discord.
And we're just like, what is he even talking about? We didn't even realize he was there. So it's like, I sent him a text message being like, hey, we're both here. It's like, oh, I'm already here. Like, okay, then say something. So then it's just like, we didn't know you were even here.
And that's the thing, is I was here, and I was heated, man.
Mad about something that we didn't even have any control over.
Yeah, it's Dale's fault.
Oh, goodness.
I love how misunderstandings happen.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, how much do you want to get into this?
The one
do you want me to go in? Topic 1. How much do you want me to get into this?
I mean, if you've seen my Facebook,
I know.
where I stand.
I'm just saying, how much of this do you want me to get into this? Like,
if you've got something to speak about it, might as well.
All right. So the stuff that's been happening with the Black Lives Matter and the whole the police brutality stuff is ridiculous. Like, it boils it down to that, yes, all lives do matter, okay? But when you say it in response to people that are literally dying because police keep killing them, it makes you a racist. And it makes you an idiot. Okay? And if you stop listening to the show because of that, or whatever, I didn't want you to be a listener in the first. Okay? All lives matter, yes. Okay? That's not what's important right now. Black Lives Matter is what's important. And again, if that makes you mad, and that triggers you, and it's like, oh, did not feel feels, you're hurting me, blah, blah, blah. I don't want you as a listener anymore, okay? Because honestly, and Conan Jones, don't bleep this, you're probably a piece of shit person, and I don't want you in this to be in my fan base. All right, that's my spiel on it.
Feel better?
I did
Yes.
I did just share I just shared a meme on Facebook not too long ago, and it was Jesus doing the Beatitudes, and he goes, "Blessed are the poor people," and then in response below is like, "No, Jesus, blessed are all people." And Jesus just gets them this like, "What?"
Like it's so like I hate when when someone just jumps in and says that. I immediately
How
the
many
stupidest person imaginable.
have you guys blocked and or unfollowed any Facebook people?
No, I haven't.
I unfriended one person today because
Is
she
it?
literally no,
Oh,
it was this old lady, not old, but she's like 50 something, so I
uh-huh.
guess old, whatever. And she literally posted something super racist, and I was like, if you're posting something in support of police officers, yeah, I mean, like, okay, yeah, I get it. Police are important, but I mean, it's kind of tone deaf, I think.
Yes, it's very tone deaf. So what's happening?
But I won't unfriend you for that. But but this person literally just put something racist, and I was just like, I ain't having this.
I ain't playing these games.
I haven't been unfriending people, but I've also not been like reading I'd be honest, I haven't been really bumping on Facebook. Like,
No, like legit, this lady, she put this meme, and it was on the top side. It was a bunch of farmers putting up hay, and he goes, if they did more of this, and then on below it was a bunch of black people
oh my
rioting and breaking stuff up, then they
god.
wouldn't be doing this. And I was like, you just calling black people lazy? That's fucking racist. I'm sorry.
I hate those kind of old white races.
And
I imagine she's white,
I
yes.
just couldn't. I just couldn't. I was just like, no, no. And so I unfriended her. I just couldn't deal with it. I was like, that's the literally the worst thing you probably could have said. That's so stupid.
And then I've seen people be like, "Oh, don't be unfriending people. Like, use that opportunity to help correct their mindset and change for them for the better." It's like,
Some people you can do that
yeah,
with, yes.
but if
But
I'm
there's
gonna,
people that like. Sorry, I'm totally just took over on your thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. But yeah, we were kind of going the same direction. Like, I'm not gonna argue with a brick wall. Like, there's no point. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
wasting my time to fight on Facebook for somebody who doesn't think what they're doing is wrong, and I'm not. There's nothing I can say to change that. So
Like arguing with my aunts about Trump. Man,
Oh
they support
god.
Trump.
Is that your
They're
aunt
like
that had like
zealous.
COVID or something like that?
Yeah, dude. They're the ones that caught COVID. They still support Trump, even though he's an idiot and opened the floodgates early. Like, it's no matter what I say, they think he's like the second coming of Jesus, and I'm just like, no, he's a liar and a cruel and heartless man that doesn't care
horrible.
about our people.
Yeah, he's a
And
horrible
I'm like,
person. Like,
so like, how do you support him as a Christian? I'm not even saying you could be a Republican. Okay, being a Republican is not a big deal. I'm not, but
Mage
it's
says
a party,
Republicans are
and
Satanists. Can't
conservative
confirm.
ideals aren't. Yeah, and conservative ideals aren't in essence bad. But Trump's just a bad person. Like, he's just a bad person, and I don't know how you support him. I mean, I don't know. They might be a little bit racist, but I mean, they're really Native American too. So, but natives can be
Okay,
racist as
old
well.
Native American people are like the most racist people out there.
That's true. That's what I said. I said natives can be racist as well. That's what I said.
Old Native American people are literally the most racist people out there. Like,
Old people in
not
general, like,
no. Dead serious. Like, no joke. Old Native American people are legit like the most racist people out there.
Yeah, when you call like a walnut an ento, then like that was a racist time, and they need to have some mental correction going on. Like, I don't know if you've heard that before, but like,
No, I don't
just
know what
like,
that is, but
well,
this,
like N-word toe is what they used to call those tree nuts or whatever.
I have never
Uh,
heard that before in my
yeah.
life.
oh, dude, my grandma legit. We were eating nuts, and my grandma was pretty. Well, she passed away back in 2010, but she was
Mhm.
mostly she was a pretty good person, and I had never heard anything racist from her mouth before then. But like,
Mhm.
she couldn't think of the word of the nut, and so she called it an inward toe. And she's like, "That's what we used to call it." And I was like, Grandma, you just can't say
You
that.
can't say those things. Like,
like we legit, the whole family just kind of looked at her and she's like, sorry,
What?
that was what we used to call it. And I was
I'm,
like, damn it, Grandma.
and what is that supposed to be in reference to?
Like a
It's like a tree nut or something, but it's a black nut that looks like a you know how potato wedges look like? It's like a shorter version of a potato wedge. That's what it looks like.
Legitimately, have never heard of that before.
Oh, I mean they're pretty popular nut, but you don't see them very much in stores because they're so big.
Mm-hmm.
man, I want to know the real name for that now because I don't want to search what your grandma called it, like, because that's gonna pull up some.
It's the shell of it. The nut inside it doesn't look like that, obviously, but the shell looks like that. So you know,
okay.
if you see it in the store, it's deshelled, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you go to like just a regular, I don't know, organic store where they sell nuts in their shells, you'll probably see it.
Oh man, it's all
Okay.
crazy. It's all crazy. Like every
Yeah, but it's just like just that one word. Like, think how deeply racism was ingrained in their society. Like,
Yeah,
she was born in 1927.
like my
And she
grandma's.
died in
I'll be
2010.
honest, my grandma's the same way, and it's like, so I don't really like. I love my grandma to death, but man, sometimes like I'm just like,
It's like,
dude, come on.
come on now.
Like, there's no reason to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I think it's possible to love people and then hate certain aspects of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's definitely an aspect that I did not care for.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that one. Like, that's ridiculous. There's no place for racism in this day and age. Like, it just leaves us back in the Stone Age with this
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, like, and I don't excuse racism in the past at all, but like, even nowadays, we know that just freaking skin color is just melatonin, and we know that our
Melanin.
physical differences. Oh yeah,
Yeah, melanin.
Sorry, not melatonin. Melatonin's
Put you to
that
sleep.
yeah, put you to sleep. Melanin. We know that, and we know that freaking any physical differences that we have, cultural,
Very
standpoint.
minimal. Like
Just like where our environment is, and it's very negligible, and it's very like you can technically tell the ethnicity of a person from their bone structure, but that's because of their environment. It wasn't like anything that doesn't make them any less smart than you. It doesn't make them less human than you. Like, just like we know, even from a science standpoint, that that's just ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
That racism is just ignorance.
It's sad that like we have to have this conversation on here.
right.
Like, you'd think that like, you know, we'd had to deal with the civil rights movement back in like the 60s and 70s, and like we're still having to deal with this crap today. Like, I just someone I was arguing with was just like, he said he didn't see the reason for why the protests are happening because he doesn't think it's gonna like solve anything. And I was just like, that's the point on why people are doing this, is because nothing has happened, and then people don't respond
Taking a knee
to
during the anthem.
yeah, people don't respond to that. That's why like now like
Freaking Colin Kaepernick got ran off of the NFL for doing that.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like,
they'll just silence you if you don't. Now, I don't agree with rioting ever, but like it's just
I'm
well,
I don't
okay,
have a problem
the
with
deal
it.
is with the rioting, it's not affecting the town hall or anything. I don't agree with rioting because I think violence. I don't agree with violence. Period.
I mean,
I think almost every problem can be solved with words.
okay, they've been saying their words for years now, and it's not done anything. So
Well,
I mean,
I'm saying the police aren't listening because they're also using violence. That's my deal. I'm like, if the police would just listen to people and change that culture that the police have, where they respond to a
Peaceful protest with violence, like
with violence, then these stuff wouldn't happen. Like I don't think it's the people that need to change; it's the police that need to change. That's why I said I don't agree with rioting, but I understand why it's happening, because people are not being heard, and the police are not listening because they're responding. They're responding with peaceful protests, with violence, and it's just causing more problems instead of just listening to them. Like, because the police culture just needs to change. And I made a whole long post on Facebook about it, but that's pretty much what it is. Police culture needs to change. America's culture needs to change.
I agree with those statements.
Like, I think what they need to do, honestly, in order to kind of build a better foundation for later on, is that police need to. I think police shouldn't be able to carry lethal weaponry with them. Honestly, I know that sometimes, like, if you're fighting a gang or whatever, that's a good safety net. But like, why does a police officer who's doing random, like, for the most part, that's doing a truck stop or is pulling someone over for speeding, need a gun? That they what they can do with the gun, can they not do with the taser? Like,
yeah.
And I think that police need to be held accountable. And
I think that immunity thing for them to being held above the law, even though they're the ones that uphold the law, needs to be done away with.
Well, yeah, prosecutors have a lot of power as far as who gets charged, because it's the prosecutor that charges the person, not the police.
Right.
So, honestly, prosecutors have way too much power with that. But secondly, like, police are in partnerships. Like, they go do stuff in groups. So even if a police officer doesn't check his biases and assumes someone's a threat when they're not, their partner needs to be there and hold them accountable and stop them. And they are not doing that. That's what I mean by police culture needs to change. Is that they need to hold each other accountable as much as they hold people accountable for their actions.
Mm-hmm. I agree with those statements. This is good, healthy conversation. It's just gonna take a lot, and people have to understand why this is happening, and that it's not happening because, like, they're trying to riot to get TVs and stuff. It's happening because people are getting killed because of the abuse that police officers are having on civilians.
Yeah, I just think it's wild that, like, me and Conan, especially Conan, since he's CPS, we go into some really emotionally charged situations.
Oh boy.
And we do not have any weaponry. We're not able to touch them. We're not allowed to do any of that. We have to diffuse those situations with our words and our actions, and let them know that we're not there to hurt them, but they have done something wrong and they need to fix it.
Yeah.
And if we are able to do that with 3 months of training, why aren't police officers able to?
It's a fair statement. It's a very fair statement. It's just going to take a lot of understanding from the police officer side of it, that they can't treat people like this anymore. Like, I fully support the Black Lives Matter movement. I fully support the peaceful protests they've been doing. You know, it's not my place to say one comment or another on the rioting they're doing, because it's not my people that's being affected. So it's like I said, it's not my place to place judgment on it, on what they're doing. As long as my house is safe, you know, that's kind of what all I care about right now with that. They can do what they need to do, whatever they're comfortable with how they need to be heard. Is like, they're not defacing my house. They're not doing anything like that, because I know I'm a decent person that's not a racist, and, you know, I know what I'm about. So that's kind of my thing, is I don't really I don't have a opinion on the on how they are writing because I don't feel like it's my place to have an opinion on it.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, you can have your opinions and stuff, but voicing opinions on Facebook and stuff like that does nobody any good.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's just gonna make people more mad at each other.
I saw all the like the two Blackout Tuesday, whatever that was. I didn't see that until like Wednesday or Thursday, and then I was just like, I have no idea what's going on. Why is everybody's profile pictures not loading? Like, what's
I was
going on?
thinking about that too.
And then it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
didn't understand about that either. I'll be honest. I didn't
yeah,
understand that one.
it's like, oh, okay, so we're posting blacked
A
out
black picture, I guess,
pictures
to
for Black Lives Matter, but then it was everybody was like, "Oh, you're using the hashtag, and that's taking all of these blank black pictures and like taking all of the good videos that people need to see about protests and stuff off of people's feeds and use a different hashtag." And it's like,
Hey, just
what
saying,
bizarro
not every
opposite world?
protest idea is a good one. Not every protest
Yeah,
idea is a good one, but
yeah.
but the heart's there.
yeah. I
I get what they're trying to do, but they did not implement that one right.
It's like that other meme was like, he a little confused, but he got the spirit.
so I think that kind of hits a lot of what we
Yeah,
probably wanted to say.
yeah. I'm happy with what I said. And again, I'll say it one more time too, just in case anyone gets mad and didn't get the memo first or anything. If you're one of those people that goes and says that all lives matter in response to Black Lives Matter, I don't want you listening to my show because you're a shit person. Don't bleep it out again.
Okay.
It's the only time I'm gonna be like, don't bleep it out.
Or if I don't find it, don't
Yeah.
hear it.
Anyways, um, all right. Let's move to old topic 2 this week. Now that we're back on the kind of gaming stuff now.
Now that we're an hour in.
Yeah. Are we really an hour in?
Hour 6.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Jesus. To be honest, I haven't played much Valorant, so we don't have to talk about it if we don't want
We
to.
can kind of skip because I haven't had a chance to play it either. I tried
I
loading it in.
I haven't even had a chance to look at it, let alone play it. So
Yeah.
It came out on Tuesday. I haven't really played it either. All right, let's go ahead. Well, I guess let's just do with the would you rather then.
So these would you rather's that I found were honestly just left over from last week or the previous week. Um,
Okay.
20. Um, so there was one question that I had is what video game resource did you guys hoard the most of?
Um, WoW Gold, I guess. I don't
Just not
know.
spending your gold on stuff.
Well, I would spend, I guess, but like I would only spend my WoW Gold on like tokens, so where I wouldn't have to pay for my monthly subscription.
I guess that makes sense though. You would hoard it so you'd have enough to pay for your subscription.
Yeah,
Like,
like I wouldn't like do other things with it. Like I don't know. I'm trying to save gold now, but I'm not very good at it.
yeah.
Hmm.
wow, gold, the first Bitcoin.
Right?
The
Mine was
biggest
probably RuneScape gold. Honestly, for talking about just hoarding
I forgot
items.
about RuneScape Gold. Yeah, that's probably what I'd be too. I forgot about
I
RuneScape.
forget. When I was a kid, and that was my first MMO ever. When I was a kid, literally all I would do was mine coal and mine iron and create like mithril or something and
Yeah,
make gold and make money and sell that. And it was a slow process.
I would do that. I would do like everything in there. I would like chop trees down. I would mine. I would do cooking. Man, I did like everything in RuneScape.
Well, I didn't realize that chopping trees was way more efficient to make money than mining
Yeah,
was. So I just mined because I was like, "Ooh, I can make stuff." Maybe coal. Maybe coal was what I hoarded the most of though, because you needed like 3 coal for every like 1 ore or whatever, depending on what you're making, whether it was steel or like mithril.
Yeah.
So it's like
I miss those
lots of
days of
coal.
just like hot logging in the RuneScape and just doing like easy stuff. Like
I never played
those are the good
RuneScape.
days. Those are the
The
good
game was
days.
solid. They had a community, man, a big community.
Like that was everybody's like first MMO was RuneScape.
Not
Like
Mr.
I made
Jones.
friends on RuneScape. Like I had my RuneScape experience is like Ghost's WoW experience. Like I made friends on RuneScape doing
Yeah.
random crap.
Yeah,
Conan, what was
I
yours then?
I feel like mine was probably like potions or something in like
Skyrim.
Skyrim. I also did like a lot of like elixirs and stuff in The Witcher because you had oils that you could put on your swords to like have
I
advantage.
never used the oils, that's for sure.
I never did either. So it's just like I have all of these things with me all the time, but I never use any of them or I've never made anything like
I just thought the Witcher potions were so much more effective. Like,
I have no idea what y'all are talking about. So
dude, the Witcher's a complex game, Ghost. It's something you got to get into.
if you can get it on
I just,
sale, I would definitely recommend it.
I
I
just
think it's on sale right now. Oh shoot, what was it? I don't remember. It may have been on sale just a little while ago. It probably isn't anymore. I think I saw it like on the Epic Game Store or something on sale because they were doing that big old sale a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
But
Okay.
um, so then I have two on here. If we can talk about both of them, if you want to. Would you rather get $1,000 or $1,000,000? But if you choose the more popular option, you get nothing.
All right, I'll pick last.
Hey,
So like,
Big brained it. Big brained it. I call last.
yeah. So then, I mean, you kind of fall into the hole of okay,
$1 million.
like I
I
feel like
choose
I'd
the
be
1 million.
yeah, I'd be swinging for the cheap seats. Like I'm going for the million because there are people who are gonna be like, oh well, I'd rather get
Well, see,
something.
everyone's gonna pick the million, or everyone's gonna pick the 10,000 because of that. At least they get something kind of bit thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, honestly, I feel like you have a 50-50 shot with it. I'm sure the statistics and the math behind it are more complicated than that, but I don't want to get into that because I'm a dumb.
Might as well swing big. Go home, go big or go
I don't
home.
know. I would still like probably just be okay with the $1,000 one or $10,000 one because at least I'm getting something. That's kind of my thought process on it.
So I guess Ghost gets the $1,000 since Mage and I both picked the million.
Yay!
So
Yay! Ghost gets 10.
Yeah, I get monies for
oh,
literally doing
um,
nothing.
I forgot I had this gummy worm commercial on here. I need to find it and send it to you guys real
You cut
quick.
it out,
Huh? I cut out.
but
Can you hear me?
and we lost them.
I was really hoping that would you rather part was going to go. I pick 1 million. Conan picks 10. So no matter what Ghost picks, he wouldn't get anything.
I Keith thought that's what was going to happen too, and I was like, man, this might backfire on me.
Conan didn't figure that one out though, so
Yeah,
it was okay.
I didn't quite
Conan's
think
not
that one
as
through.
Conan's not as clever. He's not as smart as the average bear.
The object wasn't
Yes.
winning. It was make Ghost lose.
So, so I just won. I mean, I was going to pick the $10,000 one regardless. So
Can y'all hear
it's
me now?
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the gummy bear thing?
So I just sent the link in Discord.
Okay.
And this is like actually on TV. And I saw it the other day and I was like, I don't understand. I'm going to play it so you can listen to it.
Okay.
And they like eat Groot's hand.
Dolly.
It's just-
What acid trip are you on?
Exactly. Like I was like halfway asleep and I look up the other night and this is playing and I was like, what in the world? Like,
I've seen that commercial before. And
Never seen
yeah,
that
it's
commercial
weird.
before. That's weird, dude.
yeah. Oh, there's an hour-long loop of it on YouTube.
Oh, that's what you want.
Click. Um, all right. We just want to jump to wins for sake of time.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm I'm still I watched this again, and it's even weirder the second time. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Inferior Mage, what is your win of the week?
I so sorry. I was looking at the script to make sure I remembered what I put on there.
I was about to say, and Conan, what is your?
Yes,
So no, it's been a pretty decent week. I just like despite Monday being a pretty bad day just because of the situation.
yeah.
The rest of the week, I've been pretty motivated. I've gotten a lot of work done. I've been feeling good about myself. I got housework done, and I don't know. It's been good. Just feeling good about myself, I guess.
That's good.
Good.
Conan Jones, tell me about your anniversary dinner.
Yeah, I've got my parents are coming tonight. They tried to send us money or something like that, and I told them no because of COVID. I know the small
Mm-hmm.
business stuff is hurting, so mom took that as an insult. So I guess they're coming and taking us to dinner tonight.
Oh my
Um,
god.
my
I have
That is
finally.
such your
my
mom
mom thing
to
because
like
she was like, "What's your bank account information? I'll run you some money," and I was like, "No, shut up. You're not. We're fine. Like,
yeah.
COVID hurts everybody. Like, get your own stuff figured out. Like, but
And she got offended by it.
yeah. Anyway, she didn't say she did, but I mean, we both know that's what happened.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Saying I
Because
can't provide for my kids.
yeah, because then a couple
My,
hours later, my dad called, said, "Hey, I guess we're coming up this weekend. Did mom say anything?" I was like, "No," but oh, anyway. Um, so
That's funny that you
last night we went out for anniversary dinner with us. Our 3 year was on Thursday.
mm,
So we had reservations at Vast,
what's that? Is that place up in the
the Devon Tower.
yeah.
So we were actually up there, and we were just like, "Man, could you imagine Ghost up here?" And he's like, "There's no way he'd even get in the
There's
elevator to get
no
up
way.
here."
There's no way at all.
And I was
I
like,
would look at y'all and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to McDonald's that's like
"Yeah."
2 blocks down the road. All right. Call me when y'all are done.
I was like, "He would lose his mind up here. There is not a chance, snowball's chance in hell
And
he
I
would
would
get up here."
never go in that restaurant. Like I
Um,
don't even like looking at it. It freaks me out. All right. Like
but as we were,
how's the food there?
so
probably not very good.
the food was amazing. Like
Oh, well,
I
whatever.
I had a rack of lamb last night, which I went out on a limb and tried lamb, and oh my lord, it
And every
was.
time I've had lamb, I've hated it.
And it's like I've never actually had it before, but I was like that. It was the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. And
Lamb's pretty good.
my wife got a steak, and it was amazing too. Like,
Hmm.
um, but between that, I think it was like $150.
Jesus Christ.
At that price, it better be good.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we had an appetizer. We each got a drink, and then the entrees. So I mean,
So did you like dress up in like a suit and stuff?
I
Yeah,
had
I
a
think you have to be dressed up, don't you?
I had a nice shirt on it, jeans. They really it's no ball caps, no torn or ripped clothing, and like it's not a suit and tails kind of thing.
Hmm.
Which I
At that
that's
price, it kind of feels like a suit and tails kind of thing.
yeah.
Right?
As we were getting off the elevator, this group of frat bros, I guess, had just got done at the bar up there and were leaving, and I was like, what kind of like tri-delt like Daddy's white oil money douchebag jock comes to Vast to drink.
Right? That's a lot of money right there.
Like,
Yeah,
Like,
there's
oh, let's go drink
Fassler
on top
Hall
of
is
the
like
Devon
downtown.
Tower.
yeah.
Just go to Fassler Hall. It's downtown. You get cheaper drinks and a lot more company.
Yeah. But yeah, they were up there. You could tell they just got done at the bar. But then we didn't spend money on dessert and got Cheesecake Factory on the way home.
Can't go wrong with Cheesecake Factory.
So I've
I don't
got.
think I've ever been to Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
It's pretty solid.
It's good.
I don't even think I like I don't even know if I like cheesecake or not, to be
Well, they have a
completely
whole bunch of
honest.
food there too. It's not just cheesecake.
Oh, okay. I thought that was their whole niche was
Yeah,
that
I
they
mean,
Well,
had.
yeah. That's their like quirk or whatever you want to call it. But it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
There has a bunch of food there.
Oh, is their food any good?
I
Yeah,
like their
the
food.
food's good.
Last thing I got, it was
okay.
like chicken and shrimp, like jambalaya kind of stuff. It was like real Cajun-y.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one of those things that doesn't really have a genre that it sticks to. It's just kind of a little bit of everything, but they try to be more upscale with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. But yeah, that's my win.
Man, I want to go
Nice.
back to that Razoo's place. That was really good. That was the last place I had a restaurant before going to Stupid Olive Garden yesterday.
That was the
That
first.
was the last place I went to was that Razoo's.
What is Razoo's again?
It's that Cajun restaurant there and over in Edmond over there by Top Golf.
I have to try it. That sounds good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really expensive though too.
I gotta
but-
try Fast too, man. That sounds good too.
It's
I love
definitely
these
like a once a year special occasion thing. It's not an everyday kind of deal, obviously.
Yeah, that's
Well, yeah, obviously I don't have that kind of money,
Yeah.
but
it's not a
I would definitely like to treat myself sometime.
treat yourself.
Well, if treating yourself, like they had it was a 24-ounce porterhouse or something like that. That was like $110.
Jesus Christ.
That is a way to treat myself, I will say.
That's up there. I don't know if I would go along with that or not. But
Honestly, I'm not treating myself that I'm not that good to myself that I need a $120 porterhouse steak.
I will say that I am much more comfortable spending my money on food than literally anything else.
Yeah,
That's
I am
probably
too.
the boy in me, but it's like it's food. I'll enjoy this.
and then I'll poop it
It'll
out
go
later.
to you. I know.
Oh God. I'm the same way though, Mage. I'm with you on that one. I've been trying to save money for this low scale vacation, and then I bought that like swim. Oh my God! I
You
forgot
forgot about
all
the
about
swimming
the
pool.
stupid swimming pool.
We'll save it for next week.
No, we're not saving it. I don't care. We're already over.
We've got to do it now.
We got to do it now. I can't hold my peace. Okay, so I've bought this swimming pool for my brother. Okay, for him to just have something to do in the backyard, whatever. Him to get out of my face. Okay, man, my backyard's not leveled, and I didn't think it was gonna be like like whatever. It's not too bad. I'll make it work. Was kind of my mentality on it. Okay, I did not make it work because it was just like it was a nightmare putting this thing together, and then it kept falling over because my ground's not level. So I just gave up on it. It's still sitting back there like half full. Like I just don't care about it.
You need to take a shovel and level your ground up a little bit.
I don't have a shovel. I'm gonna just get sand to do it. I'm gonna buy some sand and do it. I don't know how much sand I need to get, but
Sand's
I'm just-
pretty cheap though. You can get like a truck full for like $20 or something.
like I was looking up, so I need to get 2 tons of sand to level out a 15 inch pool.
Oof.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Um, I would find like a stamper. Like I remember whenever we put our pool in our yard, I remember Dad had he went to like Rent-A-Center and got the big tools and stuff to like break up the dirt so then he could pack it all down and be level.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I was just
exactly.
gonna have. I was literally just gonna have my brother walk on it, and like just keep going back and forth on it.
While I see your mindset there, I don't think that would work very well.
You don't think it would work?
No.
Why not?
I mean, your brother weighs like what, 50 pounds, maybe
100,
100 something pounds, like.
120, I think.
But I mean, he's not the most even-footed. I mean, he's like 10 or so.
Are you
Like,
calling my brother dumb? Because I'll agree.
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
walking straight lines probably not his forte.
See, it's,
he wouldn't pass a field sobriety test.
it's takes after our dad.
They got dirt.
Jesus.
So yeah, I would just kind of like dig the YouTube trenches and see what you can find um, for tools and stuff that you could use to help.
Hmm.
You could
But
rent one of those. What do they call it? They use for gardening. That tears up the ground. Shoot, what do
like
they
a
call it?
like a aerator or like a I see it in my brain.
I know, right? Like I see it in my brain. I have one.
Oh, like
We use that for our garden. It tears up the ground and makes it like easy to plant stuff in. That would really help you out, especially if you're trying to level it and digging.
yeah.
You can rent one for pretty cheap, especially if you just do it for a day.
Well, I was just gonna get sand, but yellow that makes it a lot easier. I've also been putting it off because it pissed me off the day I did it, and
I
like
understand doing that.
I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
A
Like,
cultivator, a rotary cultivator.
and that'll help level out the ground or whatever.
It tears up your dirt, like the
Hmm.
surface of it, so you
Hmm.
can then have stuff to move around. So
Yeah, so
it's
that way you don't have to deal with all like the grass roots and stuff. Because that's the hardest part about digging is those grass roots when they bunch up. It's kind of harder to get through them, and especially lift up the
Hmm.
shovel. But if you have that, it makes it a lot easier to do that.
Okay, I'll look into that then.
It's also kind of fun because you're like, I'm tearing up dirt. I'm a man.
Okay,
digging a hole.
That's nothing more manly than digging a hole, man.
like I guess so.
Whatever you
My
say,
my
mage.
win my my win this week is I found a guild finally and WoW to raid in, and like they're pretty fun. They're called the Exiled, so it's kind of an edgy name, but
Edge
they're really
lords.
fun. We had our first heroic raid this weekend, and we killed 5 out of 12 bosses. And for me not ever doing heroic before, and them not really doing it before either, I'm pretty happy with it. They're pretty chill people. There was this one dude that his name was Power, I think. I forgot what, but man, there's something up with him. Like he's not playing with a full deck of cards.
Not all the lights are on upstairs.
Like, and he like left the guild all mad and stuff. I still don't know what he was mad about. Like he said, and I quote, he was just like, go suck a D or go take said D and put it in a cigar cutter. And I was just like, what?
Who hurt you?
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know how to respond to that, and like I was like, okay, well, I hope you're okay. Like,
Yeah.
I hope
Here's
you
the
go
number.
talk to
Yeah,
somebody or
here's the number
something.
from my therapist. Like,
Like, you need some help, bud.
That incel attitude going on.
I felt bad for him. I mean, I hope he's okay. Like, I hope he's not like cutting himself or something. I don't know, but I
Well,
don't
he
know.
is in an edgy guild called the Exiled,
No, he's
so
not in the guild anymore. He left. He after he said that he left.
that's probably for the best, honestly.
Yeah,
uh,
but that's kind of my win of the week. Though is that I found the guild finally, and it's been pretty fun.
good. I'm glad you found someone to play with. So,
Thanks.
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Season
Well,
3, off to a good start.
season 3, we're pretty good. Same old, same old. Just give us an excuse to take a week off, pretty much. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on our social medias, which is at Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at Low Scale Gaming. If you have a question or a subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. Well, thank you guys again. And remember, have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Bye.